Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Father James. This time, I'm coming to you under rather unusual circumstances. Monday, the time when we usually shoot this video, was a holiday, and today, well, you know about Tuesday, there was a lot of ice, and so I'm coming to you from home and using technology that's a little bit more simple, but we've got the coffee, and I've got a very interesting mug here. It says, "Grace and peace be multiplied to you." It's from 1 Peter, but it's got some little bunnies here. And on the other side, you see that it's a picture of Noah's Ark. I've had this cup for like 12 years or something, but it's entitled Day 39 on the Ark. Day 39 on the Ark. And as you can see, there's lots of bunnies. So you can guess what happened. And one elephant is saying to the other, "I thought the limit was 2. So, speaking about Noah's Ark, it's the first reading for this coming Sunday, where we hear about the covenant that God made with Noah. And what's really interesting about, as we enter into the season of Lent, is that all of the readings throughout this season of Lent this year have a theme of the covenant. This weekend, we will hear the story of Noah. Next weekend, the story of Abraham and the covenant God made with Abraham. The weekend after, the covenant God made with Moses. And then we're going to hear the next week about how throughout history, we've been largely unfaithful to these covenants. And the final week, we're going to hear about the need for a new covenant, which will be fulfilled through Jesus. And we'll celebrate that during Holy Week. So because of that, we've decided to have what's called a preaching series during Lent. And what that means is that we're just looking at an overarching theme, and that theme is going to be renewing our covenant. And basically, when we say a preaching series, we mean that the homilies are going to build on one another. So think of a 5-episode mini-series, you see. So tune in next week as we continue this great story, because it is a great story, the story of salvation, the story of God making covenants, and ultimately the new covenant that we're preparing to celebrate during the Easter season. So that's coming up, and we're going to also be tying in these themes with the prayer workshop. Father Rob and myself have been working to tie in workshop themes around prayer with the themes that we're looking at on Sunday. So the first thing your first taste of this will be this coming Sunday, as we look forward to the prayer workshop that happens the following Friday. We'd love for you to be a part of that, to take part in that prayer workshop. I had an interesting conversation with an elderly parishioner on the way into Mass on Saturday. It was a beautiful interaction. And I was really blown away by her. She came up to me and she said, "Father James, I'm really looking forward to the prayer workshop. And I really liked what you said on the coffee video last week, because you said that for many people, the way they experience prayer hasn't changed really since they were children." She said, "That's me. That describes me. And I'm really, really looking forward to this workshop to deepen my prayer life." And I thought, you're my hero. I hope she wasn't that old, but I hope in my senior years, I know she's probably watching, she's going to kill me. I hope in my senior years that I'm as hungry for God, that I have a desire to grow spiritually. And prayer and deepening our prayer lives is the key to unlocking a rich spiritual life. So it's our prayer and hope that all of you will take part in this workshop. You can come in person. We have a limit of 100 people, of course, or join us on Zoom. It's going to be Friday night starting February 26th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. There's going to be a time of reflection and actually a time to actually experience the very thing that we've been speaking of. So going forward as well, I want to remind you that due to increased Mass attendance, which is a wonderful problem to have, of course our limit's only 100, but this past weekend, at least at 3 of the Masses, we hit that limit. And so going forward, we do have to have registration for all our Masses. Now here's a request. Please, 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 if you do register to take spaces, please remember that your space reserved is stopping someone else from coming to Mass. Okay, that's not what I want you. I don't want you to feel guilty. But please, if you can't make it, please let us know. so that we can let people in. Please let us know. If you book the spot, please plan to be there to make use of those spots. Ash Wednesday is, well, probably either tomorrow or today, depending on when you watch this video. We have the Mass is ready to go, 9 a.m. St. Peter's, 4 p.m. St. Anthony's, and 7 p.m. St. Peter's with live stream. And we also have takeout. Here's a little photograph here of some of our parishioners preparing the takeout ashes. And we also have a prayer sheet, just a very simple prayer guide for you to take these ashes home and use them at home. You can pick up these takeout at Mass, either before or after Mass, or during the day on Ash Wednesday, and maybe on Thursday as well. If you want to come by the parish office to pick them up, you can do that. One other thing is, starting next Wednesday, on Wednesdays during Lent, we will have prayer at noon, an experience of prayer at noon at the St. Peter's location, which will be lay-led. It will start with the Stations of the Cross on Wednesday at noon, followed by then the church will be open for personal prayer. So those are some of the things that are up and coming. I hope you're keeping safe today. It's very slippery outside. I hope you're playing it safe and not taking any undue risks. Let's pray for one another. Let's pray for this wonderful season of Lent, that it may be a time of incredible enrichment for our parish. And grace and peace be multiplied to you. God bless. Bye now.